How's it going, ScrubGamers? Welcome back to another video and another episode of Previously in DBS. So last week, as you probably hopefully saw from the last video, we got the reveals from the anniversary box finally, but it's also been pushed back. So even though it would be out, I think in a few weeks, like next week or something like that, it should be, or was supposed to be, it's now been pushed back to I think mid-September for us in the UK. And we got a few, like the first things we got last week were the blue reveals and the multicolour black cards. So the first time we got multicolour black cards, and this week we got all of the rest. So we got all the rest, everything that's going to be like new card wise in the set. And over the past, I think over yesterday and today and the next 2 days, I think we're getting unboxing videos by some YouTubers, some other YouTubers who are going to be unboxing the thing, showing off the cards and showing what the reprints are. Because if you didn't know, for the anniversary boxes, they come with new cards to support older themes and bring a new archetype, and support older ones. There's some new toys, and also what they do is bring you some sleeves as well, some nice looking sleeves. Like from the last ones, they have been quite nice looking, and also some reprints of cards that have been requested or just people want reprinted with alternative arts. So like you get like ink wash, you get I'm trying to think of the other ones we had before. We had ones where they got the like theme round the back in the background. Some quite nice looking arts and some really good ones as well. Like the normally alt arts have been really nice, most of them for the last few. So what we're going to do is go over, have a look at what new cards we got for all the rest of the colours in here. So the first one we got some of the green anniversary reveals, and for the green one, it's like 3 of them at least, as you can see on the screen, support the old Broly BR yellow leader and the Chila leader as well. So going back to support the old promo Broly BR yellow leader and the Wish Chila leader. So we've got the first one, Broly Saiyan Instinct. It's a unique 1-drop, 4k power, with a permanent of if your leader card is a green Shenron card, when activate main skill on a green extra card with desire, and an energy cost less than or equal to your current energy. From your hand, you may place this card at the bottom of its owner's deck, and if you do, you reduce the activation cost of the extra card's activate main skill by 1 green. So that's pretty cool. So you can reduce the cost by 1. Not amazing, because normally you can play it free off the leader, so that's a thing. But it does allow you to turn 2, if you play as turn 1, turn 2 if you activate, like in Chile, you want to activate the 2-cost-1 allied reinforcements. You can do that by, if you're not awakened, by just tapping 1 and bottom decking this, which is pretty cool. And then it's also got an auto. When this card is played, you place up to 2 cards with Dragon Ball from your deck in your drop area. They shuffle your deck, and if you did place a card in your drop area using this skill, you draw 1 card. So it's like a cantrip in Chile BR, Chile Wish Leader. For your first turn, dump 2 Dragon Balls. Draw a card after you search with your leader. That's not too bad. It's nice for getting some, there's a lot of, out of the wish leaders, Chile gets the most support to help. There you go, some nice stuff for blue. There's alright stuff some nice stuff for yellow. Nothing really for red, but a lot for the green Chile one. Because the original red and the green one from set 5 being the Pilaf Wish Leaders got barely any support, and they're so bad. But that's nice, we're getting support for that. And also the Frieza's Army is never 1-drop Frieza's Army card for Golden Frieza and things like that. It's very cool. Next one we got is Broly Omen of Evolution. So it's a 3-drop, 3-cost 16k with an activate battle where you place this card in its owners drop area from your combo area. That's the cost. Then you choose up to 1 battle card with a combo cost of 0 in your opponent's combo area and place it in your owners drop area. So that's quite nice. That allows you to drop super combos from their combo area, or if they're using especially with the multicolour super combos that they use for rival. Well, it doesn't stop the arrival, but it's nice that on defense you can combo off this to take out 10k, combo this, then drop it using the Activate Battle to drop 10k from their combo, so you can make it easier to combo out things. So exchanging 5k to get rid of the 10k, which is cool. And also the one thing to note is there was the Paragus from the last draft box, anniversary box, which supported the yellow BR leader, whereas did the same thing. It was removed from the battle area, but it drew a card instead. So it's nice that you got these two. Like where sometimes when you want a rival, you need the combo, but you end up out comboing by a lot just to do that if you want. Like sometimes, where it's nice with this and the Paragus, you can combo the Paragus and this, fulfill the rival stuff in, and then send the Paragus off to draw one and this off to sack off, remove battle card from their combo area, which is quite cool. So that is quite nice for that. And then the other one we got is Encountering the Unknown, which is a 1-cost green extra card with an activate main / battle, which limit 1, so meaning you can only activate 1 copy of this card. The effect on any copies of this card once per turn. If your leader card is a green Chili's BR card or a yellow Brody BR card, you choose one of 2 options. You either choose up to one of your opponent's skillless battle cards in rest mode, KO it, and if you KO a card, draw 1 card. That's quite nice, that's quite decent. And then you got choose up to 1 yellow Brody BR card in your battle area, switch to active mode. So that's quite cool. Restanding things, and also specifically chooses a yellow Brody BR. So it's nice that it can be used as for like the mirror, like I used to be able to do with the leader. These are all right. These are quite nice. These kind of like nice cards to help it out, but I don't think they're gonna do much. Like really, Chili's got enough support to awaken quite quickly, so I'm not sure how much the Broly Insane Instinct is going to impact it. But the other two, don't think they're going to be that much help to the old stuff. Then the evergreen card we got for the anniversary box was some Slug Mill support, being Lord Slug Conqueror's Claim. So it's a free drop 19k, which is quite a few of the ones in the Slug Mill theme are. And it's got a permanent where if you have 3 or more energy, it gains dual attack, and it's got 2 autos. So the first one is if your leader card is it's a Slug's Army card, and all of your energy is mono green. When this card is played from your hand, you and your opponent draw 1 card. So standard to what most of the Lord Slug things do. It makes you when you draw, your opponent makes your opponent draw as well. So you're decking your opponent out by making them draw. And then we have the other auto, Bond 2. When this card attacks, if your opponent has 7 or more cards in their hand, this card gains 6,000 power for the battle. So it can become a 25k, maybe for both swings, at least 1 swing, if you fulfill that condition. Remember, Bond counts itself as well, so it just needs 1 other battle card on the board, which is easy enough when you've got the free play defender, free play blocker, the play for free after you played this. And it is quite nice. I don't think it's going to push Slug Mill to actually be relevant or any stronger than it already is, because it's not too strong as it is anyway. But it does give it a nice option to be having a more aggressive Slug Mill deck as well. That's pretty cool. And then we have some of the yellow support. So the first yellow one we have is the Unison, being Chili and Limo allied assistants. So there's a 1 specified cost yellow Unison with 3 skills. First being the auto with once per turn when you play a battle card using a rival, green yellow, add a marker to this card. So it's nice that you add a marker by rivaling. And then it's got 2 marker skills, a +1 and a ±0. The +1 is an activating main where you look up to 5 cards at the top of your deck. Adds a 1 green yellow multicolor Freezer's Army card among them to your hand. Ditch off your deck, and if you add a card to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and discard it. So it's nicely searchable, but it's specifically multicolor Freezer's Army card, which I think at this point in time, before these reveals, there are none. I don't think there is any multicolor green yellow multicolor Freezer's Army card at the moment. And then the +/0 is an activate battle. If another card is in a battle, choose up to 1 green yellow multicolor card from your drop area in a combo with skills and get for the battle. So that's quite nice that you get a free combo, like just for not moving any markers. With something else in battle, you get a free 10k combo, and to trigger a rival as well. So that's quite cool. So it seems like there's quite a theme with these. I think you'll see as well. There's a theme with these anniversary box reveals, showing they're supporting a lot of the older archetypes heavily, and the cards we've seen so far just a hint star as well. But that's quite a nice unison, quite interesting. Not sure how well it's going to do. And then we have some other yellow support. So we got for multiple different ones here. So we got the Ginyu former Galactic Elite. So this is one supporting the set 12, like the yellow freezer one, the one that could if he takes damage, flips over life and stuff like that, and like uses life as a resource. So it's an auto cantrip. When this card is played, draw one card. Standard with most of the one drops for that. This can activate main limit 1 if your leader card is a yellow freezer card with original power of 5000 or freezer resurrected, and you switch this card to rest mode. Choose one of your mono yellow freezer army or unison cards in your hand, add it to your life face up. If you do, you draw a card, then you place one card from your life in your dropper at the end of your turn. That's pretty cool. I don't know if that's going to really help the decks to help. There's a really nice and really interesting mechanic, but it just doesn't function really well as well. It just is not powerful enough. Like, it didn't get enough support to actually make it worthwhile, and it just falls short to other yellow decks really. Then we have Multicolour Maddening and Multiplication, so more support for Multicolour. They give it a reboot leader and also give it more support, because I know a lot of people like Cooler. So it's a 1 cost 4k with an auto. If your leader card is a Multicolour or Multicolour core card, you have 2 or more energy and you don't have a unison card in play. When this card is played from your hand, choose a 12 Multicolour core Giant Force in your hand and play with a marker on it in rest mode. So that's interesting. Like, it would have been probably better to just play it from the deck. There's some things that just play stuff from the deck, and so you're losing a card. It's basically requiring you to have cards in hand, which I don't think this deck, well, Multicolour deck, actually generates a lot of hand. But that's pretty cool. If you have a unison play, you can play it from your hand, but it only has 1 marker on it. That's a little bit. And it's played in rest mode, which is not the greatest. And then you got activate main limit 1 if your leader card is a Multicolour or Multicolour core card. Place up to 2 infinite multiplication for Multicolour from your deck and you drop a radiant off your deck. So that's quite good, because it means that you limit the amount of the infinite multiplication core you need in your deck, because you can put them straight in your drop, and that's where you want them, so you can reoccur them on board into your hand for your leader. So that seems like a quite cool card for the deck, and might actually help it be a bit more like stronger casually. Then the last one we have here is Bardock Resurrecting Lineage. So this is a 1-drop 5k, swap 2, limit 1, Goku's Lineage energy cost of 2, so we finally get another 1-drop for the Goku's Lineage swap, because we only had 2. We had the Gohan, the Bardock, and the Bardock got banned because it's just too good. And now we've got a replacement for that with the Goat Bardock. So it's the same one, so it's searchable more for like for Vegeta and stuff. And it's got an auto, limit 1. When this card is played, this card gets 5000 power for the turn. Then you choose up to 1 of your opponent's skill spell cards in rest mode and KO it. So that's really nice. The fact that it becomes you can only do it once, so it's more balanced. By being you can only swap it once and get the effect of the auto off once in a turn, and it becomes a 10, so it still presses the 10k like the old Bardock does, but it also has some helpful removal for skillless as well. Like, skillless isn't a meta or used much, but it's nice to have that little bit. Like, for the cube it might be interesting. I might add it to the cube because it helps with a bit more support. And it's just been a 1 cost 10k and helps with, and skillless is quite a big thing in the cube as well. And then the last ones for the yellow cards in the anniversary box are the Universe 11 support. So we got this dispo, which you might notice that has the same art as the red negate in set 14, but Banner did address that in their post about this, saying the user around they will correct it in future. And for now, we have Swift Rescue Dispo, free cost 16k, unique, and a 0 cost 5k combo. It's got an auto, limit 1. Discard 1 card from your hand. When this card is played, play up to 1 yellow Universe 11 card with energy cost 2 or less from your drop area in rest mode with its skills negated for the turn. So that's quite cool. You don't get the casserole effect when you play it, but you do get something free from the drop by discarding a card. And unfortunately, the green Beerus is banned, so you don't get the play that for free after doing that, which does suck a little bit. And it's also got an activate battle for 1 yellow. If your leader card is a mono yellow Universe 11 card and it's your opponent's turn, you can play this card from your hand in rest mode. So that's pretty cool. So that is essentially, there is the Gotenks, blue Gotenks back in set 10, where it can be, if you can play for free if you have the blue Unison on board. You can just activate battle, play it for free in rest mode, and that meant that was like a way to, because the Unison said had it where if it's in rest mode and you have a set blue Saiyan in rest mode and you have a blue Saiyan leader or just blue leader, you take no damage while that Unison's on the board and you have the battle card in rest mode. And this is the same thing with the yellow Jiren leader. You can activate battle on this and then trigger the leader's auto to take no damage for the rest of the turn while you have this on board, which is pretty cool. And then we have God Destruction Topo Skill Breaker. So it's a 4 cost 20k with 4 specified yellow, and it has Deflect, Critical, and Blocker. So Deflect means it's just not being stopped from coming out, and Critical is good pressure, and Blocker is good defense. And it has 2 autos. So the first one is if your leader card is a yellow Universe 11 card, when this card is played from your hand, choose one. If you don't have a Unison card in play, choose up to 1 Vegeta Unison of Fury from your hand or deck, play it with 3 markers on it, then shuffle your deck if you look through it. That is very, very good. Getting out a Unison straight from your deck with 3 markers on it, being a Unison, Vegeta Unison Fury from the expansion. That's really good. Like you get it with 1 more marker than you would play if you hardcasted it, and you get 2 cards on board for 4 energy. Or the other option, if you do have a Unison on board, this card gets 10,000 power double strike for the turn, so you can make it a 30k double strike critical attacker, which is still pretty good pressure. But I reckon the first choice is really, really strong. And then you have the second auto, which is the once per turn. If it's your turn, when this card is switched to rest mode by one of your card skills, switch this card to active mode, then choose all your opponent's battle cards and negate the skills for the turn. Now this card is amazing. Like partnered with the Vegeta. So what you can do with it is you can pay for it, play it, bring up the Vegeta Unison from your deck with 3 markers on it, and then use the effect of Vegeta to tap the top of down to gain an extra marker using his activate main. That isn't a marker skill. That will then trigger this card's second auto, restanding it, and like basically taking off the skills of all your opponent's battle cards unless they have barrier. So making your opponent's board skillless if they got blockers without barrier. They get wiped, and now you have a 20k critical attacker, and the Vegeta Unison can then trigger its -3 because it has 4 markers on then. Tap one of your opponent's energy down, and you'll have 120k critical attacker, and using that can attack twice with 20k double strike. All for 4 energy. That's very strong. So that's really nice. Like, not sure how relevant that's going to be in the meta, because the meta is quite quick. But if you play it with the Jiren leader, you can use its effect to survive a lot longer, which is quite cool. And that's actually board. We have the next cards. We have some red ones. So we have some support for Launch and Cyberman. So the first one is Bulma to Incite a Sneeze, a 1 cost 10k, a 1 cost 1k power battle card with unique and barrier with 2 autos. First one is a limit 1/1. If your leader card is a red Earthling only card with 10,000 power or less, when a card in your life is flipped face up by one of your red card skills. You may play this card from your hand. If you do, you choose up to one of your red unison cards with 1,000 power and 2 markers or less, add a marker to it, and you can't play multicolour battle cards for the game. So that's pretty cool. So you can like if you turn 1 play the Bolmy unison and then block with it, well, do the plus and then block with it to trigger its effect to reveal life. You can then trigger this to play this from your hand, add a marker back onto unison, and then restrict yourself from not having multicolored battle cards available to play for the game. So it more supports the mono red launch theme that came in set of 12. And its second auto, if your leader card is a red earthling only card with 10,000 power or less, when a face of red battle card in your life is played, it gets 5,000 power for the turn. So that's pretty cool. That just means that it gives you more power to your battle cards you play using if you focus on the launch theme, like the launch theme that came in set 12, focus on its actual theme, so it's more support for actually playing it as it was brought out in. Then we have Crit Grow and Cyberman, which, as you may notice, has the same R as the token from the token packs we got from the webcam regionals. There's a 1 cost 4k permanent. You can include as many copies of this card in your deck as you like, as all the Cybermen cards do have. And it's got an auto, when this card is KO, choose it to one of your opponent's unison cards, and it gets minus 10,000 power for the turn. So that's quite interesting. Like so now the Cybermen have quite a lot of things. One, like they have one that pops 1 drops, one that minuses battle cards by 10k, and one that minuses unison by 10k now. So the Cybermen are slowly you got more options to Cybermen from Nappa, and you have more utility to do different things as well with it, so that's quite cool. Not sure how strong Nappa's going to be with that, but I know for a fun deck it's a nice addition. Then we have some more red cards revealed, with some this specifically being more for the blue GOGETA BR support. So that is the Sun Goku and SS Sun Goku and SS Vegeta Might in the Making. So they're both 2 cost 10ks, and what the Goku skills, he has an auto and activate battle. The first one is, the auto is, if your leader card is a blue Saiyan card, when this card in your hand is placed in your top pair by a Union Fusion skill, activate this skill. At the end of your turn, switch it to one of your energy's active modes. So that's really nice, being to Union Fusion into Veku and stuff, and then untap an energy at the end of your turn. And it only works for a blue Saiyan card, so it won't work with the stuff we got in set 11 for the red GOGETA BR stuff, or even the set 6 stuff, because it's specifically made for the blue GOGETA BR, which I'm happy with. This is going straight, and it's going replacing the 1 drop and going straight in my Veku ramp deck. And then we got the activate battle, which is once per turn, choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards, and it gets 10,000 power for minus 10,000 power for turn. So this is basically just the same effect as on the Switching Gears Goku, but you don't bottom deck a card to trigger it. You just trigger it, which is cool. And with the Vegeta, he has deflect, has a counterplay skill, will play this card, which is just play this card. It has a permanent as well, where during your opponent's turn, you reduce the energy cost of this card in your hand by 1, so it becomes a 1 cost counterplay. And his auto is you choose one Veku BR card, one blue Veku BR card in your battle area and kill it. So that's the cost. When this card is played from your hand, you use the one red Son Goku BR card with 10,000 power or less in your hand and play it and shuffle your deck. Now, it seems good, but then you have to KO your blue Veku BR card in your battle area and counterplay. So you have to use an energy to play this and KO your own Veku. But the Veku can block. And as we saw, there was the Veku from the last week's reveals from the blue, which this can work well with the KO, but that one just needs this. I don't see the point in this card because one, you don't want to the blue Vekus have blocker to block an attack and be KO'd that way. And the blue one has barrier, which unless the opponent's got the cards to get through barrier to either negate your skills and KO it, or reduce its combat power, you just block with it, dies, and it triggers. And the other Veku, the new Veku we got, doesn't matter. If opponent tries to move it in any way, it still trigger. So this, and also this neither needs to return back to your hand at the end of the turn. So for the blue GOGETA BR cards, you want these in your hand for Union Fusion, not staying on the field. So you can bring it as Goku, but it just stays on field and being 10k. They're easily removable, and then they're not really helping you on board because you want them for the Union Fusing. So I'm not sure how great. Like the Goku's really good because untapping energy and its turn just for Union Fusioning is really good. And then with the old Veku, the 5-drop one, you get it back, and if you use the red chain in it, you get an untap energy, and you can trigger the old Godly Aura Vegeta with it as well, which is pretty cool. So it just gives more another good option for Goku, which kind of lacking really for the BR stuff for the Union Fusion support. Then we have the last red card being actually a good card for Prism Frieza, because as you can see it's a super combo, and a 4 cost, and now Prism Frieza has a super combo which I like, because if you didn't know, the Prism Frieza is a deck back in set 6 with the red Frieza BR leader, which has a restriction on it for deck building, meaning you can't include battle cards in your deck that are 3 costs or less, and there is no red super combo that was 4 costs or more. So the deck just never had a super combo, and the whole theme around the deck was going on to later turns, you can drop your big boss monster at the 8-drop, which when it's on board, if either player would play a card, they have to play the card, they have to crit 4 life. So you put them down to 4, play that, and they would no longer try to wet their board, or make it so they got on their board, and then play the 8-drop on 4 life, and then they're locked out of battle cards for the rest of the game unless they can remove the Frieza. And while over the time now it's less and less strong because there's more outs to the big lock, the deck is still quite interesting, quite nice. And now it finally has a super combo. So it was a 4 cost 20k King Cold Blessing the Clan, 0 cost 10k combo. Super combo with a permanent if this card would leave your combo area and move from the game instead. Now it sucks, but off the top of my head, I don't think there is any way to recur the super combo from the drop in that deck, so I don't think that's going to impact it much. And then it has an alter, limit 1. If your leader card is a red Frieza BR card, your life is at 3 or less, and it's your opponent's turn. When this card is using a combo from your hand, the next time you would activate a mono red extra card with original energy cost of 3 or less in this turn, reduce its activation cost by 1. Now that is really good. That's really good, because when you basically can combo this to out combo something, and now for free you can trigger things like Violent Rays, the Frieza Death Ball. Off the top of my head now, I'm losing, forgetting like 1-drop, but any 1-drop red counter attack card you can play for free if it didn't already have a way to play for free once a turn as well, this is really good. Now this is a great addition, and I'm 100% going to try and pick up a playset of this in foil and rebuild Prism Frieza. Well, it's not really Prism at this point now, but the old Frieza deck to try out again casually, because I'm really interested in playing this. And then for the Ever reveals, we have the leader for the Untitled box. So we got shown some of the theme being the SS4, but we didn't get shown the leader and stuff, and now we have it. And as some of the text on the black and white color cards suggested, it was going to be a SS4. It was going to be a Bardock Zeno. Like the wording on it made it so obvious that it was going to be a Bardock Bardock Zeno, and this is what we got. So we got Bardock and SS4 Bardock Prismatic Striker. So on the front side it's a 5k, and on the back side it's a 15k. So on the front side it's got on both sides it has the same permanent, first permanent anyway. Reduce the combo cost by 1 and negate the energy exhaust skill of all black multicolored battle cards with SS4 in their card names in all of your areas. So as you saw with the black and white colors, they all had a combo cost of 1 cost 5k and all energy exhaust. So playing them with the intended leader means that they have no combo costs, so they're all just 5ks, and then they also come in they don't come in rested when you charge them, which is really good, which is extremely good for the deck. And then on the front side, its second permanent is for each card color in your battle area and energy area, this card gets 2,000 power up to a maximum of 10,000 power. So then it gets what it says up to a maximum of 10,000 power because there's only 5 colors in the game. So you can get up to so it might at 5k. As you charge, you get stronger. So if you don't awaken soon, like quickly, then you can get to 15k on the unawakened side, which is cool. And it's not just during your opponent's turn, your turn. It's just permanent. And then it's got an auto. When this card attacks, you look up to 5 cards from the top of your deck, add up to 1 black card with SS4 in its card name among them to your hand and shuffle your deck. So that's not limited to the theme. That's just any card. And it's just card with any black card with SS4 in its card name. So that's even things that fight against fate and stuff like that. You can grab those, which is pretty cool. And then it's got an awaken if you like, if it's at 3 or less, or you have 4 or more card colors in your battle area and energy area. You may draw 2 cards, then flip this card over. So the draw 2 cards is a very defensive awakening, and it's got an alternative awakening. So once you've got in your combining your energy in battle area, 4 of the multicolour cards, or even just 3, because the multicolors are black, all black as well as the colors. So you just give the charge, like turn 2, you can charge your second multicolor, swing, combo with 1 that plays itself, and then voila, you can awaken now. So it can awaken quite quickly. And on its back side, it's got just 1 auto, and it is when this card attacks, resolve the effects below according to the number of non-black colors present among black body color cards in your battle area and energy area. So it's nice that it counts the battle area and energy area as well. So if you have 2 or more, you gain this card gets 5,000 power for the battle, and then choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards and switches to rest mode. Then on top of that, if you also have 3 or more colors, you also get at the end of the turn switch it to one of your black multicolor energy to active mode. And if you have 4 plus colors as well, you get the draw 1 card, then choose it to one of your opponent's units and cards and remove a marker from it. Now that is very strong. So when you get 4 or more, when you get 4 of them, like one of each of the black multicolors in your energy and battle area, you become a 20k swing that rests the battle card, untaps energy at the end of the turn, draws a card, and removes a marker from unison. So that's a lot for just 1 swing. That's very good. That's very, very strong. And that's good. And also, one of the good things to note is that where it negates energy exhaust, there's a Roshi thing back in set 8, but when you combo it, you can bounce back energy, like one of your multicolors, and then replay an energy. Since they come in untap, you basically just gain energy back, and also some of them have effects that trigger when they're charged as well. So that's really, this could be a really strong archetype. And then the unison that comes with it in the anniversary box for the theme is SS4 Broly Prismatic Burst. So it's a non-specified cost unison with 10k power. Permanent for each marker on this card, it gets 5,000 power during your turn, which is pretty cool. So that's every marker. So just having 1 marker, it's 15k. That's just that's crazy. And an auto also as well will limit 1 if this card has 1 marker. When this card is played, add a marker to it for every 2 multicolored cards in your energy. So if you play it turn 2 for just 1 energy, you get to have 2 markers. It comes in with 2 markers for 1 energy. That's pretty dumb. And it becomes, so it's then a 20k swing. So that's already pretty strong. And it has 2 marker skills, a -1 and a -X. As you might know, if it says X, it means that's the number of energy, that's the number of markers you'll pay for it. So the first effect is activate main. Choose it to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy costs greater than their current energy and send it to owner's warp. So that's cool for one marker. And then the other one's an auto. When your leader card is attacked, you may have it gain plus 5,000 power for the battle for each marker you remove from this card with the skill. So that's pretty cool. So you can, and it's only for that battle as well. So you can just remove a certain amount of markers, give your leader a extra boost by 5k for every marker you remove for it. So that's pretty cool and quite interesting. Then we have the last of the black black cards from the set, which is a super combo and a extra card for the theme. So the super combo is Supreme Card of Time, Prism Bringer, a 2-cost 10k super combo, which is a 0-cost 1k super combo as well. Similar to how like the Bibbidi was very low but it gained power, it's also got this. Also limit 1, if your leader card is if your leader card is black and your life is at 4 or less, when this card is used in the combo from your hand, draw 1 card and it gains plus 2000 combo power for the battle for each card in your multicolour energy. So it could potentially become 11k super combo, which could be relevant. I'm not sure how, but it's also a limit 1 as well, so it only triggers once. So it could be that you could maybe want to use other super combos instead, but it's decent. It could be beneficial getting that 11k super combo, but then that only triggers once again at boost. So if you have multiple in hand, only one of them is 11k, the rest is just 1k. Then we have SS4 is cool, 0-cost extra card. We activate main limit 1. If your leader card is a black Bonox NO card or a Saiyan with the SS4 in its card name, look up to 3 cards from the top of your deck and up to 2 black battle cards. Add to 2 black cards, just 2 black cards with SS4 in their card names among them to your hand. Then place the rest at the bottom of your deck in any order. If you added 2 cards to your hand, choose 1 card in your hand and place it at the bottom of your deck. So that's pretty good, just nice searchable, and also is any black card with SS4 in a name being the Unison, or even things like Fight Against Fate. So that's really strong. And also is not just black multicolour cards we're getting support in this set for. We're also getting other multicolours, and we have the first one being some blue yellow support in the form of SS Rose, Goku Black, Epochal Schema. It's a 4-cost 20k with Energy Source, Deflect, Double Strike with 2 autos. The first one being at the end of your turn, switch it to one of your blue yellow multicolour energy to active mode, so it's a pseudo 3-cost. And auto, when this card is played from your hand, play 4 shadow tokens and negate blocker until the end of your opponent's next turn. And as you know, shadow tokens have 10k power, 0 combo cost, and 5k combo power. So if you get 20 for free energy, in a sense, because you pay 4 but then get 1 back at the end of the turn, as long as you have a blue yellow multicolour in your energy. For free energy, you get a 20k double striker plus 4 blockers or an extra 20k combo power to make this a 40. So if you're just playing this attack with, you can play it and you get a 40k swing, because you swing with this at double strike 20k, combo the tokens, and then, which is an extra 20k combo, so 40 for free energy, a 40k double strike swing, which is pretty good. And then the last multicolours we got are all, as I said, supporting the kind of Frieza army kind of like multicolour support for the old yellow for the Chilai leader and the old yellow Broly BR with some multicolour ones. So the first one we have is Skill Steel Chilai, 2-cost 10k super combo. So we got a second another multicolour and a second for a green yellow. So its effect is auto if your leader card is green, yellow, or a heroine card. When this card is used in a combo from your hand, you choose 1 or 2 effects. You either choose it to one of your opponent's leader cards or using cards switch to rest mode, so that's nice. Now green also has the option to arrest things like Zamasu, but only can choose leader cards or unison card, which is still good targets. Or the other option is, if it's your turn, choose up to one of your opponent's skillless battle cards and KO it. Like, once again, skillless isn't a big thing used in competitive play. Like, there are some effects to like remove skills, like Final Flash and things like that, which could be handy with it. But it's not, you're only going to be wanting to use the first effect. And then we have the other 2, which both are rival ones. We got SS Broly Reckless Pursuit, being a 5-cost 19k with Energy Exhaust and Blocker. Swap 8, so we got the first multicolour swap, I think. Yeah. For one green, 1 yellow, if you have a 3 or more energy, you swap out into a green yellow Broly BR with Energy Exhaust 8, which is the one next, which you can go over. It also has an arrival for green yellow for either 1 green or 1 yellow. your option. Like, it's nice that we have these arrivals now where you choose one of either color. And then it has 2 skills, an auto and activate main battle. The auto is when this card is played, or when this card is switched to active mode by a skill during your turn. Choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with energy cost of 4 or less, and negate your skills for the turn. So that's quite nice. You can arrival in and negate your skills on the 4 cost or less. And it also has an activate battle, main battle, which is once per turn. Switch this card to rest mode, choose up to one of your opponent's skills battle cards and KO it. Now this is really nice because you can arrival it if your opponent's swinging in with a 4 cost or less. There's a barrier. You can arrival this in the auto, then make it skillless, and then you then trigger the activate main battle to rest this and pop it. That's really cool. And also note that it's a 5 cost green card, so as after that you can go to Deity's Wrath using this. So that's quite cool. And it's also being a Freezer's Army means it's like some nice support for the like both the Chi Light and this 5-drop body are really good support for the Golden Freezer leader back in set 1, because now the Chi Light is a multicolor super combo that can trigger a rival on it, and it's searchable because it's a Freezer's Army. And then the Brawler is also Freezer's Army that can arrival in for 1 energy, and it give you some more hand destruction stuff as well. With I've used it for the leader's effect or in the Deity's Wrath and make Golden Freezer more of a hand control deck. And then the last one we have the 8-drop full power Broly Impulsive Destroyer. It's a 35k with energy source, double striker and block, or double strike and blocker. It also has a rival for green yellow, for 1 green, 1 yellow, and 1 of any other colour, so 3 costs to bring it out. And it has 3 effects. The first one is a cantrip. Also, when this card is played, draw 1 card. And then it has the second also, when this card is played, or when this card is switched to activated by a skill during your turn. You choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards or unison cards and negate its skills for the turn. Now that's really cool. It also hits so this one hits battle cards, not through barrier though, and it also targets unison cards to negate skills. So if your opponent's going in with a unison, with like say like in King Cold with the Umbral Invader, be a potentially 40k triple strike, it can you can wipe the skills of it, so it's back to being, well, it's just no triple strike, and then be a cool, take 1 damage. And it's also going to have a battle of once per turn, choose it to one of your opponent's skillless battle cards and KO it. So just like with the first one, you can kill something, just rival it in, negate its skills, and get a KO as long as there's no barrier. But unlike how the 5-drop is restricted to a 4 cost or less, the Broly just hits any battle card as long as it doesn't have a barrier. So that's really cool, and really nice options as well. I'm not sure how it's going to bring like a revive the yellow Broly BR, but it'd be interesting to see how people use it when this drops. But that is it. That is it for the rest of the anniversary box. I'm not sure what reveals we'll be getting next. I think we might be getting reveals soon. Or for the next few days we get reveals of what the reprint cards are. Hopefully we get to see some nice reprints. And maybe soon I think we'll be getting the Mystic Booster easels and that. Let's see what was reprinted in that, because it's going to get the first. It's going to get 2 secret rare reprints in that, and some reprints from between sets 1 to 9 as well, which is pretty cool. But thank you for watching. Feel free to like if you enjoyed the video. Comment if you want me, if you have any questions you have or want me to answer anything, or if there's any errors I've made, help correct me. And lastly, feel free to subscribe. Keeps you updated with my videos as and when I drop, and help support the channel as well. So I'll see you, thank you for watching, and see you in the next one. Bye bye for now.